a little weak.
Pardon me?
It's a little weak there, but we're supposed to be getting a new satellite, I think,
On Harris Road.
on Harris Road. So that's it, yeah.
So for online learning, that's not a good, at this current time, that's not a good location for online learning.
I don't think so. I think it's time.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
She doesn't.
I just want to say that, right there, it's all from down.
We've already closed the public hearing. Thank you. All right, but there is a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand.
Well, it pains me to do this because I'm an educator and I think this is a great call. But looking at all the data I've had, and I think that y'all have done an excellent job of coming up with this data. But in my heart's telling me one thing, but in my mind, I just can't see where, and I actually get your point, Mr. Weldon. You could stop this from getting 100 homes in there by having one thing, but then again, you know, you go back to, yep, well, you know, they could come in from another way and then you could do some more land. So I hate to say this, but in my mind thinking of this, my heart's telling me one thing, but my mind's telling me another, so I'm gonna have to vote no.
Okay, so all those,
I'll definitely say it's a very hard decision. I hear everybody tonight, I hear what you're saying. And I try to believe everything you're saying, and sometimes, you know, I've researched the heck out of this project. I've looked into the homes in Atlanta, I've talked to the sheriff, I've talked to Bucky Searcy with EMS. And, you know, I hear the complaints about the traffic. So just to inform you, I go and I pull up all the traffic studies and the traffic counts. And you say 208 it's busy, right? So I go down 208 every day, no, almost every day. So at times you do have traffic, but the traffic on Highway 208 is nowhere near capacity for a rural highway. So just expect in the future that eventually there's going to be a lot more traffic on 208, and you'll still have that same complaint, and nothing's going to be done to that road for years because it can handle so much more traffic than what's there now. So also on this traffic issue, I dig into it, and Mr. Boykin, I think that you mentioned you have a dog kennel there at the end of the road, and that was, how long ago did you do that? Like 2019-ish? 2016?
Somewhere. It's been going.
So I look back and pull up all the minutes, and nobody at that time spoke in opposition based on traffic. So, I mean, this is a very tough decision, and I hear what you say, but there really hasn't been that many more homes added to your area to cause that much more traffic in that area. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I have looked into this as deep as I can, and this is a super tough decision for me because I have, you know, 2 little girls, and, you know, heaven forbid something happened to them, you know, and really need help. And now, you know, essentially we're turning our back on these girls, but we're doing what is best for our comprehensive plan and the desire of the residents. And I just want to let y'all know this is a very, very tough decision.
okay, there is a motion and a second on the floor to deny. All those in favor? He said, okay. All right, the application is denied. Back to our regular agenda. Randy?
Madam Chairman, Board of Commissioners, number 9, bid award video live stream equipment. In the Information Technology Department's budget, it contains $20,000 to purchase new video and audio equipment for this room, the Commission meeting room, to live stream public meetings on YouTube and the county's website. Bids were prepared, advertised, and distributed. Specifically, the county requested a 2-camera and tilt zoom video system with expansion capabilities, live stream viewing on YouTube and the county's website, new audio equipment, ability to remote view public meetings on the existing monitors located on each floor of the courthouse for overflow purposes, and all back-end equipment such as encoders, racks, wiring, installation, and training. On the deadline date of July 21st, the county received 4 responses. The low bid was Lone Star Labs from Atlanta, $19,182.43. The high bid was Columbus Tape and Video from Columbus at $28,772.97. County staff has evaluated all the bids and is recommending that Columbus Tape and Video, we believe the most responsive bidder to the RFP, be awarded this bid for the total cost of $28,772.97. While the company's not the low bidder, it met all the RFP specifications. And it recently installed video equipment in the courthouse for the clerk of Superior Court, including the monitors on each floor. So this bidder will ensure standardization and continuity with all the other equipment that has recently been installed. So and also, as a boon, the cost for this equipment is eligible for reimbursement of the Federal CARES Act grant. So if approved, the installation can be completed within 30 days or around early September. A motion vote is needed to proceed with this project.
Thank you. I have a question. When we do our on-site work sessions, as we had the other day previously, what do you want to do? Anything at all?
We could have those meetings in here.
Right, yeah, besides that.
Or if this production goes well, which I think it will, then we can replicate that successful venture into other places, like at the community center.
Okay.
And that will be eligible for the Federal CARES Act grant also. And we had to spend that $1.6 million before December 31st.
Okay. Are there what are the requirements for that? I know I'm getting off subject on the monthly CARES.
Under the eligibility requirements,
Right.
it is massive. The U.S. Department of the Treasury has issued guidelines, and guidelines only. It's vague, and it's not specific. We're waiting for HCCG to issue webinars on the subject, but so far they have not.
Okay, so I guess what I'm asking is are there restrictions? And there are restrictions,
Yes.
but you don't know yet just what those are?
I know one of the big restrictions is it cannot be used for revenue shortfalls. That is very specific. Can it be used for, it can be used for temporary medical facilities, but not permanent. Well, what's the definition of permanent? It's those kind of things. Hopefully guidance will be coming out soon to answer these very specific questions.
All right, no offense to Alex.
To IT over here.
Yeah, no offense, but I have greatly said we need to get out of the 1970s, get in the 2020s to do this.
Yeah.
And if we can make this work here, then we can make it work anywhere. Are they gonna offer training to our IT, like I said, I don't know what his training is, so
Yes.
that's why I say no offense. Or are they gonna come in and make sure that our staff knows exactly how to work this, so we don't have any kind of issues or problems at any point in time?
That was very
And
specific.
hopefully at no point in time.
That was very specifically included in the RFP, that there has to be training involved for the pan, tilt, zoom options. There'll be a camera over there facing this way, camera up there facing the podium. And the RFP responders evaluated the current microphone system. They said this is so old it's not worth using again. So we're getting a complete new audio system. So we have new audio, 2 cameras, pan, tilt, zoom. So the operator of the cameras, which is sitting behind me, will be able to have training to use it and ensure that it's going out on YouTube, Facebook Live, and other IT platforms. So training was very much included and discussed.
Because I know that, when the school system decided to go to where they're doing it, when they have their monitors, and they run the PowerPoints, and the people out there can see what's going on. And they have either laptops or Chromebooks. I think it's Chromebooks sitting there. You know, is that something where we're trying to get into the 2020 technology age? Or we're trying to, like you said, these are so antiquated. So I'm assuming if we can get this part, then we can expand even further.
Baby steps.
Well, yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Baby
say.
steps.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't say let's do it now. I'm just saying, we gotta start somewhere.
And
One
here
step
it
at
is.
a time, because some of us sitting up here are antiquated. So,
I have a question. Was it part of the specs that the equipment be standardized and able to provide continuity with the existing equipment? Was that in the specs? Or did you change that requirement afterwards?
I don't think it was a specific requirement, but it's also there's also verbiages, whatever's in the best interest of the county. And we believe the best interest of the county is having standardization of equipment and the same vendor providing continuity, standardization, and repair work on the whole system. We're trying to make this a whole system versus bits and pieces of different system coupled together with different technology.
I understand that completely. So I wish that instead of sending it out for bid, you would have come to us and said, this is why we need to just say this is a single vendor and award it to this company, rather than going through this whole process and then saying, well, we want to do it for standardization and continuity. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, if we knew this was the vendor we wanted because we needed continuity and standardization, then I would have preferred just saying we have a single vendor. You understand?
Well, but since it's over 20,000, our policy says we have to bid it out.
Unless you put that in the specs, that.
Makes that right.
Right.
And then I think each one of these companies probably could have said, we can provide you standardization and continuity. So that's just a little concerning to me at this point, when this one is the highest of the four bidders.
Right. And this was an RFP, not a traditional bid. So it allows flexibility and questions and concerns. But the bid specs did clearly say, whatever is in the best interest of the county, and that's what we believe is. And it was the only one that met bid specifications. For example, the low bid did not have training in it, which we requested. So as the information indicates, while this comes at a low bid, it met all the RFP specifications, and the other ones were lacking.
All the other ones?
I know Lodestar, Swaggit did not. Yeah, Platts
Two did.
and Columbus Tate met the specs, and they were considered.
And that makes me feel better, because those two are the most comparable bidders.
So based on that small amount of dollars, we think it's the best interest of the county to go with Columbus Tape and Video for these reasons.
So having heard all of that, I'll make the motion that we accept Columbus Tape and Video at $28,772.97.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second that.
Okay, is there any more discussion? Okay, there is a motion and a second to award to Columbus Tape and Video out of Columbus, Georgia, in the amount of $28,772.97. All those in favor? Okay, motion is approved.
And then item 10 is project updates. Hitting the high points, number 4, replacement telephone system. Personal interview for the top 3 firms is on August the 11th, with board consideration on September the 1st. Replacement IT servers, that is almost completed, and that will be paid for by the Federal CARES Act grant. Number 6 was approved this evening. Number 9, 2 replacement ambulances were approved this evening. Number 11, The energy recovery unit at the courthouse, that was also approved this evening. And there was a common theme, all these came under bid, significantly under bid, except for the video. But it'll be funded by the Federal CARES Act grant.
When Trace me have,
Yes. So,
anytime we can get reimbursement.
and so, basically, 5 of the bid awards came in under bid significantly, and 1 bid will be paid for by federal grants. So that's not too bad. Number 15, the old 10,000 gallon underground fuel storage tank, that was approved also this evening. Number 22, repair 3 county bridges. That's on bid opening is September the 10th. Number 23, Barnes Mill Road Bridge. That proposal was again approved this evening, so that project can begin. Number 24, the Melanie Lakes Dam construction project. Preparing bid specs. They should go out really soon, and completion in early 2021. And all 3 temporary and permanent construction easements have been acquired. The Rails to Trails project to continue to the country store. Surveys being prepared, the designs being prepared, and that should be bid out and completed in September of next year. Number 42, that project was approved tonight to proceed with that, to create a medical clinic. Number 45, the county's land use code. Focus groups have met in late July, and I think they're continuing in early August, to focus groups meeting, which is part of the overall process to update the county's land use codes. Number 46, the employee compensation study. The board heard that final study on July 30, and it's on the board agenda for consideration on August the 18th, which is the next meeting. And number 48, the CARES Act grant. Number 48, 1.6 million. The county has been allocated for the Federal CARES Act grant $1.6 million to be spent by December 31st of this year. So the agreement was signed on July 29th, and we have received our 30% portion yesterday afternoon, which is right at $480,000. So we have that in our possession, and we have to spend that with documented receipts by September 1st. So, yes.
Say we only come up with $450,000. What happens to the other thing?
It goes back to the state, and then the state, I don't know what they're
Well,
going to do.
whatever they decide to
Probably
do.
redistribute
They
it.
probably will.
Right. So Harris County's 1.6 million. I don't know if we can spend 1.6 million by
Yeah, I
December
don't know
31st.
either.
We're going to try.
I could do it.
On legitimate stuff that will keep us all out of jail,
Yes.
I'm
okay?
going to jail.
According to the
$1.6 million.
And we have heard through various folks that this will be highly audited
I would imagine.
by federal, state, and plus our own local auditors. So we're being very careful, but we're going to try to spend it in the best we can as response to COVID-19 issues.
Well, usually, in the case of those kinds of federal grants, that money would be redistributed within the state, and we certainly want to keep it in Georgia because I'm sure
Yes.
there are greater needs in counties.
But also, I'm talking to my peers, other county managers, you know, they're going to have a hard time also spending this amount of money on those particular purposes in that short period of time. So there's a move afoot that ACCG is asking Governor Kemp to relax those deadlines. Will he? Don't know. So we're proceeding ahead as if he's not. And also the SPLOST. What do we have? Okay, the SPLOST and loss collections, You can see the fiscal year has concluded. On the SPOS, we budgeted 2.5 million. We received right at 2.9 million, 17% over budget. And revenue over budget is a good thing. And then the loss, we budget 1.825 million, where the county received 2.13 million. Again, 17% over budget. And the T-SPOS also came in yesterday, and that June amount was $98,000. So we received well over the budget, $960,000. So tonight, all the SPOS and loss and T-SPOS were over budget revenue, that's good. And most of the bids came in well under budget. So good plus good equals real good. So.
Anybody have any questions for Randy?
I do.
Okay.
And I lost it. The sign at the airport, I know we were doing signs and the
Yes.
flagpole. Where are we on, put a sign so that everybody knows where the Hurricane Airport is? And where are we on putting a flagpole up so the airport can have a United States of America flag?
The flagpole will be delivered tomorrow. Should have been delivered today, but we have a good information that should be delivered tomorrow. And the sign was ordered yesterday. Like I said, the board, the exact same thing.
Yes.
And the sign company's backlog, it will take 6 to 8 weeks for delivery and installation.
Okay.
And that can't be reimbursed.
Anyone have anything else? Okay, and there's no need for an executive session. Russell, do you have anything for us?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Harry, do you have anything for us?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Thank you. All right, if there's nothing else, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, motion to adjourn, and I'll second. All those in favor? All right, thank you for coming.
Eric said aye.
Yeah.
I heard it. Eric said aye, I heard it.
Sign that.